Secret danger of garnishment to Social Security recipients and others. Brought to you by YourLegalLegUp.com, your advantage if you're being sued by debt collectors. As I pointed out in my video about garnishing Social Security benefits are exempt from most forms of garnishment. The notable exception to that rule is that they can be garnished by certain governmental entities. Some may find that ironic, but that's a topic for another time. Although Social Security benefits are exempt from most forms of garnishment, I warned that they could still be attached and taken if they're in a bank account that the creditor happens to find. I'm not saying that they can always be kept, but sometimes that isn't the issue. When bank accounts are garnished, they're held by the bank for a time to allow you to fight the garnishment. As a practical matter, you may be unable to fight the garnishment because this is expensive and time-consuming, and thus if you're having trouble paying your bills and have paid for them with an account that holds your benefits, it makes very good sense to change those benefits. Switch those benefits to another bank, not just another bank account in the same bank, because once there's a judgment against you, the debt collector is bound to try to attempt to seize any assets in a bank that they have on file for you. This also means not to give information about your accounts to debt collectors who are or may be suing you. I realize this can be difficult or disruptive, but if you've paid an original creditor or debt collector out of an account, you must expect that account to be garnished, seized, and taken away from you if the debt collector manages to get a judgment. Wishing otherwise won't stop it from happening. If it is seized, you may or may not be able to get the money back, but there will certainly be a delay, and all the money in the account up to the amount of the judgment will be held by the bank and unavailable to you for that entire amount of time. This could be disastrous for you. There's another, more secret danger to Social Security recipients and others who do not even know that they may be subject to collection and/or garnishment. Pay attention to this. It may save you or someone you love a lot of heartbreak and pain. Social Security recipients are often elderly or disabled, needless to say, and many of these allow other people to do shopping for them or to hold or use their assets in one way or another to use for their benefit. A lot of times they have to do that, right? This money is held in trust and should not be available to debt collectors who are after the person who's holding the money. That is, they can't go after you because you're holding the money for somebody else. But that doesn't mean they won't go after it. Here's an example that might make things clearer. If Mary, a 70-year-old woman unable to drive or take care of herself, is being taken care of by her son Tom, Mary and Tom will frequently find it helpful to allow Tom to use Mary's account to pay her bills. Or Mary may allow Tom to use a credit card that she pays for to do this. If Mary's account contains only Social Security benefits, it should be beyond the reach of any creditor. And because the money is not Tom's at all, it should not be reachable by Tom's creditors in any event. That's the theory, right? However, sometimes debt collectors will discover that Tom is paying bills using Mary's account. If his name is on the account or if he is permitted to write checks upon it, the debt collectors may attempt to garnish the account. And they might also, if his name is on a credit card account, being paid for it out of that bank account, if they find out. And you never know for sure when they will. This is not as evil as it may at first appear. From the debt collector's point of view, how do they know what bills Tom is paying with the account? People have often tried to hide assets from debt collectors by using other people's accounts, and the law is designed to let collectors go after the debtor's money regardless of whose name it's in, right? That only makes sense. On the other hand, the impact of Mary's account being seized for Tom's debts can be devastating to Mary. First, it's a bolt out of the blue for her. And also, once again, the money will be held out of use for a period of time that allows the parties to prove whose money it is and whether or not it can be seized. During that time, the elderly person cannot pay her bills, may be evicted, or face other life-threatening and disrupting events. A study about asset seizures in New York City show that the impact frequently resulted in the death of elderly people involved. The disruption is very serious. Therefore, if you have a judgment against you, or if it looks like you may get one against you, you should seek the advice of a lawyer specializing in debt collection before allowing someone else's account to be linked to you, your name, in any way. No excuse will do. The stakes are too high. In my opinion, the risk extends beyond just having your name on the account. If you sign checks on behalf of someone else and there's a judgment against you, you may be putting this person at risk, whether you're signing in your name or their name. Get legal advice and protect them and you. My site can't help you with this. You need a lawyer for this, in my opinion. There are secret risks of garnishment. Don't put the people you love in danger. Protect what's yours and don't let the debt collectors rip you off. yourlegalleg.com